What is a to-be testing? A to-be testing, also known as split testing, are strategic tests used in marketing for small businesses to determine which of two marketing strategies will provide a higher conversion rate in a real-world scenario, using controlled conditions. Split testing methodology in marketing is the same experimental testing conducted in scientific research. It's simply splitting your subjects into two groups, an experimental and control. You'll keep as many variables, factors, the same as possible in the two groups, change just one thing, and then compare the outcome to see which worked better. Here is an example of how this might work in marketing a small business like a fast food chain that currently uses a bold, sans-serif font for its name on the front of the buildings. However, the business owner conducts some market research and learns that customers are not too keen on that logo and instead a more ornate font to help welcome them. With the market research information, what would you do? Should you change the text across all stores and hope that the market research is accurate? Is changing the font at all locations based on market research the right thing to do? For a professional marketer, the answer is no. Even though the business owner did something right by at least conducting market research first, it's still an educated guess without real-world scenario testing. Market research be misleading because it can miss other factors, such as your potential customers may prefer the more ornate font, but they might not see it as quickly as the clear, bold font, resulting in a significant loss of sales. A to-be testing would involve changing the font on half the buildings to compare the profits of those two groups to see which one performed better and whether or not to implement the winning font across all locations. If the sites with the new font earned more money, then the same technique could be used globally. If not, it could be forgotten. And the business owner could test another new change. Thus, split testing allows you to be confident in the decision-making process. Similarly, with digital marketing for a small business, you might test search engine optimization on Google by changing keyword densities or test using more headers on your webpage. Maybe you test using more images or try using a picture at the top of the page. All these things might impact your page's performance in the search engine results pages, SERPs, and thus help your marketing return on investment. So, how do you run an SEO split test? The hard option is to take similar web pages that perform equally well and then make changes to half of them. Head into your Google Analytics account and project how they will perform, and then compare the projection to the actual performance. If the pages with the changes perform better than projected while the other pages remain the same, then you can make the changes and adopt them permanently on all versions of your site. If they start to fall in the rankings, you can drop the change and move on to your next strategy. Another option is to use a redirect, creating two versions of the same web page and sending half of your visitors to each. This will allow you to conduct a more scientific study, but it will also mean that you can't measure your position in the SERPs, seeing as it's just one page and Google will only rank it once. Small business owners can nevertheless use a to-be testing to see how changes affect things like bounce rates, click-through rate, center, sales conversion rates, etc., which all are likely to have a knock-on effect on SEO and your profits. Not sure how to implement a to-be testing? Then here is an invitation to learn more at 100 Split Tests.